An unusual meeting on a Tuesday as the council members were set to pick up from where they left off on Monday. Arrival of a president set the meeting in motion. In the concluding part of the meeting, how to make up for the infrastructure deficits across sectors in the country, improvement in power generation and supply were part of the protracted discussions. Expectedly, Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, and his affected colleagues emerged from the meeting with a lot to reveal.
It's a bumper edition.
And now, in partnership with the private sector, the government is firming up arrangements to leverage the local opportunities provided by pension, life insurance and investment funds to finance infrastructure growth with emphasis on the housing sector.
On the supply side, construction of houses will be funded. On the demand side, mortgages will be made available so that those constructing houses have an outlet. And Nigerians who are saving so much by way of pension funds have the added bonus of access to affordable mortgages.
The ministers also clarified on the federal government's decision that henceforth it will only give procurement approval to its ministries, departments and agencies for compressed natural gas, CNG, solar or electric power vehicles and power generators.
What the federal government is doing in conjunction with the National Institute of Transport Technology is to start the conversion. We have recently done it for patrol vehicles of the Nigerian Army and some of the ministries, departments and agencies. And it is not only limited to federal or state government, it is also extended to private individuals.
It's a decisive move, even for climate change. And there are benefits to be had there, enormous economic benefits to be had. All around the world, the biggest funding available is for anything to do with climate change, climate adaptation.
The much talked about cumbersome nature of the Nigerian visa processing received attention and approval of the Council for the Ministry of Interior to finalize arrangements for a new policy to ensure issuance of a country's visa in 48 hours.
And it will also make it possible for other people to be captured under the visa on arrival policy. The Minister of Interior asked that he'll be given between 3 and 4 weeks to conclude on the new visa regime. So within the next 4 weeks, maximum about a month, we should see a new visa policy regime for Nigeria.
The seeming disparity in the payment of access fee at federal airports was also addressed with the Council's approval for the relevant agency to enforce general compliance.
It is inconceivable. The VIPs who are supposed to have money don't pay for services, but they compel poor men to pay for services. And I said no. So I got my team together. I said, we need the backing of Council to compel everybody. In fact, guess what? Our memo says, with the exception of the president and the vice president, the president overruled me. He said he and the vice president will pay. He said everybody.
Ministry of Power equally secured 3 approvals from the Council to improve power infrastructures across the country.
There was a new approval for a 93-kilometer transmission line in the southeast. There is also an approval for 15 numbers of earthing transformers and earthing reactors to strengthen the grid. And we also got approval for emergency restoration systems so that we can easily repair those power assets in terms of transmission towers, transmission lines that were vandalized in various parts of the country.
The Council also approved memos for the award of contract for the construction of 12 roads across the country, including the Section 2, Phase 1 of the flagship Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road.